All right, we're here with Demon Baseball head coach Lane Burroughs. And Coach, you finished 1-2 this weekend at Jacksonville State, but despite the record, you had 3 well-played games. So just talk about the impact that your newcomers had on the game.
Huge impact. Very competitive games. Like we talked about last week, we had pretty much a new team, new lineup, and John Galt on Sunday was really good. One of our newcomers out of Shreveport via Hines Community College gave us a quality start, 5 innings, and that's exactly what we needed because we'd gotten into our bullpen Friday and Saturday. And just in the lineup, Caleb Dugas at first had a great weekend and also came in and got the save on Sunday from first base. And Joel Atkinson played solid defense, made some great plays at shortstop, had some quality at bats. C.J. Webster caught every inning, ran the show just like we wanted him to, had some big hits. And it was a good weekend. Chase Daldrell got off the schneid and had a big hit yesterday and drove in 2 runs. We dropped him down in the order, take some pressure off of him. And but you're right, our new guys did what we brought them in here to do. And Jacksonville State has a good club, and we wish them the best. It was a very competitive, good weekend.
You had 11 hit by pitches in 3 games. How does that happen?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of 2 things. Number one, we preach we don't move our feet. Obviously, if the ball's coming at your head, we will allow. But I think that they wanted to establish the inner part of the plate. And early in the season, we're not moving, and they're trying to establish inside part of the plate. And that's where it meets, and we were able to get those. And those are some big HBPs. One of our things we talk about in our programs, the ingredients of a big inning is HBP, walk, and errors. And 2 of our big innings, I know yesterday, the 5 spot, we had the error, we had the HBP. So we feel like as a club offensively, if we get that HBP or a walk, that we have a chance to have a really big inning.
All right. You welcome the 22nd team in the country, Louisiana Lafayette. It's your home opener, so what can we expect to see from them?
Really good club. Obviously, they're ranked in the top 25, and deservedly so. Last year, and they got pretty much their entire team back. Probably the best offensive club I've seen in quite a few years, and I'm not just saying that, I mean it. Tony Robichaux does a great job. He always has down there, and Matt Deggs is in there making an impact. And those are guys that Anthony Babineau, those are guys I respect, I like, they're friends. And we got a challenge. I told our guys yesterday, I said, Division I baseball is tough. The good news is we gutted out a win. The real news is the Cajuns are coming to town, and we're excited about opening up at home. We want to have a big crowd, and we're excited about a very, very good ball club coming in here, and we're going to embrace the challenge and get after it.
All right. On Friday and Saturday, you'll be at Texas Pan American for a tournament down there, and you'll play UTPA and Prairie View A&M. So just talk about what you expect to see from those 2 teams.
Well, I know Pan Am's a lot better. I know they played Corpus this weekend, and they had a really, really good series. Don't know much about Prairie View. We'll look into that. We're only playing them once. One of the things we talk about is scouting reports in baseball, how important they are, but sometimes you can look a little too deep. Look at this last weekend across the country. Folks in the Northeast couldn't get out of the airport, so people were scrambling to find games, and a lot of people had to play teams that they had no intention of playing. So I know how tough it can be to get a scouting report in about 1 hour to prepare for a team. Sometimes you go out there and you go head to head and you got to play the game and execute. And the things we've covered in practice, if we've done our job, we'll be ready for any situation. So big weekend. We're excited about it. Told the guys the other day, it's rolling now. It's on. There's no letting up. So we're in the season, and this is the fun part of the year. I hope our guys continue to compete like they did last weekend.
All right. Thanks. Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
We're with Lady Demon softball coach Donald Pickett, whose team over the weekend got things going in a great direction. It's hard to do better than outscoring an opponent in 3 games by 28-0. Donald, what the doctor ordered for your team over the weekend against Mississippi Valley?
I think it was, it was good to get home and play here, and we get a lot of young kids on your roster. I think everything, feels a lot more comfortable to them when they're at home. And we had a nice crowd. A lot of their families, were here, and that always helps. And then after the first weekend, it was good to get back and just relax a little bit and understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint. And I think the girls, really relaxed and played well.
What made you happier, the pitching and defense or scoring that many runs?
Well, I think after the first weekend, I just think there's some consistency in all the three phases. Because we were up and down, and we had flashes of good offense, we had flashes of good pitching, good defense in the first, but we couldn't put it together. I think this weekend we done well in all three phases. We still got a long ways to go, and we're still going to work toward that. But we wanted this weekend to show that we could be consistent, and we just wanted to start moving forward, and that's what we accomplished.
Were there any particular players, veterans or newcomers, who really impressed you this weekend?
Well, I think Michaela Sorziak and Brittany Jones have done a really good job as freshmen coming in. I think they're both hitting over 300. They showed some power. I think both of them got their first collegiate home runs this weekend, and hits a couple extra base hits for us. So we're really excited about that. And Cassandra Bearfield, she's been pretty steady for us, to this point in the season. So we're really happy about that, and then we're really happy about our pitching staff, all together. I mean, we use everybody, and everybody came in and, held them at bay, and, it's hard to lose when you don't give up any runs.
It's a great formula for success. Looking forward, what are the challenges for your team this week?
Well, we got Fayetteville going to Arkansas and playing the Razorbacks. They got a really good team, really nice facility up there. It's a tough place to play. Hopefully the weather is good and we get it in. But we need to get as many games in as we can under our belt and just try to keep moving forward. We can go up there and we can compete and have a chance to win those games. But we just right now the main word with our program is consistency. And we've got a lot of talent, but that potential does you no good if you can't go out there and perform consistently. So we're looking for that right now, and then we go into Chattanooga this weekend, play a lot of competitive teams. There's a lot of NCAA teams in that tournament, and that's part of our schedule that we've had to prepare us for conference play. So we just want to keep challenging ourselves, keep testing the waters and seeing what's going to happen, in the future here, and hopefully we put it all together and start playing really high caliber of softball.
In these tournaments, there's a factor that comes into play that's away from the field: concession stand food. I know that when you're playing a home game, you don't get a chance to sample the concession stand food, and it's good at the Lady Demon softball complex. But when you go to these tournaments, you probably once in a while between games may pop in there for concession stand food. What's the scouting report on the concession stand food for Chattanooga? A place very well.
It's pretty good. It's really good. They do have some Philly cheesesteak sandwiches there that are always really good there, which, I love the nacho chili and cheese, but that's not always the healthy way to go during a softball doubleheader. So, they do a really good job there. And the kids are going to really enjoy playing there. It's the Frost Stadium. Jim Frost, helped do have a lot of people come together and build that field for the city of Chattanooga. And I think it's going to be a really good experience. And Cheyenne, her grandparents are from up there, in North Georgia, and they're going to be close. And last time we went, we had a good meal there, family meal. So, and then my family is going to be there, and we're hoping to get a couple of good home cooked meals while we're up there.
Pretty special going home, isn't it?
It is. It'll be the second time we've been to Chattanooga. It'll be the first time we've played UT Chattanooga, and a lot of ties there with my wife, my sister, and myself, all graduating from there, and those two played there. So it's good. It's going to be good to see some familiar faces up there, and enjoy seeing the supporters come out, and a lot of the friends from past relationships come out and watch us play.
Will you know the umpires?
We will. I'm sure we will. I spent 8 years there, so I'll probably be pretty comfortable back in that arena.
Well, that's good. Coach McConaughey in basketball knows a lot of the referees. It doesn't seem to help him a lot.
Well, sometimes they remember a lot more than you do. That happens during games. So, hopefully it don't get too personal for them, but and everybody can move forward and understand, everybody's just trying to compete and trying to win and do the things that they feel like they need to do to, help their team win.
Maybe you can buy them a Frito pie at the good concession stand.
Exactly.
Exactly. Good luck this week, Donald.
All right. Thanks, Doug.